Welcome to the deep dive. Our goal here, well, it's pretty simple. Cut through the complexity, find those key insights, and give you what you need to know without feeling overwhelmed. Today, we're getting into something foundational in software, Java collections. Now, that might sound pretty technical, maybe even a bit dry,
It can sound that way.
but understanding it actually gives you a really interesting lens on how, well, almost all the digital tools we use are built,
Yeah,
even if you're not a coder.
exactly. And that's really why we're digging into this, because collections, at their heart, they solve a problem everyone understands. How do you manage groups of stuff?
Right.
Whether it's, I don't know, users on a website, products in a store, your photos. Software needs good ways to handle data in batches. And Java collections, well, they offer these really elegant, ready-made solutions. It avoids total chaos, basically.
Okay, so let's unpack that. When we say collections in Java, what are we fundamentally talking about? What's the core idea?
Well, fundamentally, they're tools. Robust tools specifically designed to store, manage, and also manipulate groups of data. And in Java, we call that data objects.
Objects, like individual pieces of info.
Precisely. Could be a simple number, could be text, could be something complex like a whole user profile. So think about organizing, say, a huge library. You wouldn't just dump books in a pile,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely not.
You'd need shelves, maybe a catalog system, carts. Collections are like the digital versions of all those organizational tools.
Okay, so Java actually provides this whole, infrastructure for organizing data right out of the box.
Exactly right. That's the Java Collections Framework, or JCF. It's not just a couple of shelves. It's more like a whole pre-built library management system.
Wow.
And that's huge. It means developers don't have to, reinvent the wheel and build complex storage solutions from the ground up every single time.
They can just use the framework.
Yeah. They can focus on what they want to store and do with it, knowing the system underneath is solid and optimized.
That makes a lot of sense. So, okay, beyond just saving developers time, what are the big sort of impactful benefits? Why are collections so important for actually building applications?
Oh, the advantages are significant. First off, organization. And this isn't just about tidiness, it's about structuring data logically so you can actually work with it efficiently, like, books sorted by author or genre.
Right.
Second, massive efficiency gains. Imagine trying to find one specific book in a million without a catalog. Nearly impossible, right?
Unfortunately.
Collections make searching, adding, removing things super fast, even with enormous amounts of data. Third, reusability. The JCF gives you these tested, ready-to-go tools, saves hours, prevents common mistakes.
Right.
And finally, flexibility. They can handle all sorts of different data, from simple lists to really complex data sets.
So it sounds like it shifts the focus. Instead of how do I build storage, it's more what do I want to do with this data?
You've hit it exactly. It empowers developers to perform complex actions easily. I mean, think about your grocery list. Probably pretty simple, right?
Yeah, usually. You add items, maybe cross them off, check if you already wrote down milk. A collection in Java is like that dynamic list. It holds your items, lets you add, remove, check, all very fluidly.
That grocery list example really lands, trying to manage stuff without collections. It's like your analogy, trying to carry all your groceries without a basket. Just messy and totally inefficient.
Exactly.
So let's dig a bit deeper into the core purposes then. What are collections really for in the big picture of software?
Okay, so there are 4 key purposes. First, obviously, storage. They act as containers, like a backpack designed with specific pouches for pens, notebooks, keeping things secure and easy to find.
Got it.
Second, manipulation. They make it easy to change the data inside, add new things, remove old ones, maybe reorder them.
Okay.
Third, retrieval. They simplify finding specific items quickly, like pulling up a contact on your phone instantly by name. You don't sift through everything.
And fourth, organization. They structure the data in particular ways, enforcing rules like keeping items in order or making sure there are no duplicates allowed.
And thinking bigger picture, the benefits of using the framework, the JCF, it seems like it goes beyond just like convenience for the programmer. It's about building better software overall.
Absolutely. Because these tools are pre-built and optimized, the JCF automatically saves time. Lots of it. It also dramatically improves code readability.
How so?
Well, think of clearly labeled folders versus a messy desk. Collections make it obvious what data is being handled and how. It makes the code easier to understand and maintain.
Okay, yeah.
Crucially, it provides scalability. The same collection type can work efficiently whether it holds 10 items or 10 million. That's vital for growth.
Okay.
And all this leads to consistency. Collections behave predictably. This makes them easier to learn, use correctly, and maintain across large projects.
That consistency point feels really important for complex apps.
It's absolutely vital. Take a music streaming app, your playlist, that's a collection. You add songs, remove songs, shuffle, check if a song's already there. The collection framework handles all that smoothly behind the scenes, predictably, efficiently, for millions of users simultaneously.
Right. The app doesn't need a custom playlist manager for every single person.
Exactly. It leverages these high-performance, pre-built tools. It's incredibly efficient.
So I'm curious, how do these containers actually work inside? Conceptually, I mean. We don't need code, but what are the moving parts?
Yeah, conceptually, it boils down to three core things. First, you have the objects, the actual data pieces being stored, numbers, text, those student profiles we mentioned, the items themselves.
Okay, the data.
Second, the container. That's the collection itself, the structure holding the objects. Think
Yeah.
of it as the shelf or the box or the digital catalog.
The structure.
And third, the operations. These are the actions you can perform, adding, removing, searching, sorting, like the tasks a librarian performs on the books and shelves.
Got it. Objects, container, operations.
Mm.
And you mentioned earlier, these containers aren't all the same in how they organize things.
That's a really key point. Different collections enforce different rules. Some care about order items stay in the sequence you added them, like a to-do list, right? The order matters.
Makes sense.
Others prioritize uniqueness. They guarantee no duplicates. Think of a guest list for an exclusive party. You only want each person listed once.
Okay.
Then you have collections based on key value pairs. Each item, the value, is linked to a unique identifier, the key, like a dictionary. The word is the key, the definition is the value. Super fast lookups.
Like looking someone up by their unique ID number.
Exactly. And finally, some collections handle sorting automatically. Items get arranged based on some criteria, like maybe alphabetically or by date. The cool thing is, some collections are designed specifically for uniqueness, using clever internal tricks to make checking for duplicates incredibly fast.
Right, it's built in.
Yeah. Think about a big university student records. That's a massive amount of data. A collection stores all those records. New students enroll, their records are added. Students graduate. Removed. Need to find a student by ID. Instant lookup using that key value idea. Need a list for the yearbook. Sort alphabetically. It's like a super-powered digital filing cabinet.
That really illustrates the power, doesn't it? The variety of tasks they simplify.
Mhm.
It's like having this incredibly organized digital helper. What are some of those common operations that collections let you do?
Well, there's a set of core actions that make them super versatile. You can add items, obviously, like adding a new contact to your phone.
Simple enough.
You can remove items, like deleting an old calendar event.
Okay.
Searching is a big one, checking if something exists or finding it. Think about searching your email inbox.
Crucial.
You can update an item, maybe edit a friend's phone number in your contacts. Then there's sorting, arranging things in order, like sorting music by artist. Iterating means going through each item one by one, like flipping through photos in an album.
Okay.
And finally, counting. Just finding out how many items are that, like checking how many songs are in that playlist.
It's interesting. Those sound like separate actions, but why do they matter so much together? What's the combined effect?
The collective impact is enabling dynamic systems, real-time data management. These aren't just static lists. They're the foundation for interactive applications.
Okay, dynamic. How so?
Think about a shopping app. Your cart. That's a collection. You add items, remove them, maybe change the quantity, check the total.
Right, it's constantly changing based on what I do.
Exactly. Those operations add, remove, update, count, they're happening constantly, making the experience smooth and responsive. That's the dynamic part. Or take a busy restaurant's reservation system. It's all collections. Book a table, reservation added, cancel, removed. Host needs to check availability at 7 p.m. Search. Need the evening's plan. Sort by time. Manager wants to know how busy they'll be. Count the bookings.
Wow.
All those operations work together, powered by collections, to keep everything running without descending into chaos.
It really does seem like getting your head around collections is, yeah, maybe a bit challenging at first, but it unlocks so much. It feels foundational. For someone just starting out with this idea, what advice would you give?
Good question. First, I'd say start with the core idea. Focus on the why and the what. Why do these exist? What problems do they solve? Don't get lost in the details of every single type right away.
Focus on the big picture first.
Yeah. Second, use analogies. Seriously. Connect it to things, playlists, contacts, libraries, shopping lists. It makes the abstract feel concrete.
Right, like the grocery list.
Exactly. Third, when you feel ready, experiment. Even a super simple program where you just add and remove items from a list can be really illuminating.
Hands-on helps.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fourth, ask questions. Be curious. If something isn't clear, look it up online, check forums. Don't be afraid to dig a little. And finally, maybe most importantly, be patient. It's a rich topic. Learning happens gradually.
That's solid advice. What about common mistakes? Any pitfalls people should watch out for when they're first learning?
Oh yeah, a few common ones. One is definitely overcomplicating things too early. Trying to learn every single collection type and all their specific methods right at the start is just overwhelming. Master the basics first.
Okay, keep it simple initially.
Another one is ignoring the purpose. Different collections are good at different things. Don't just grab one randomly. Think. Do I need order? Do I need uniqueness? Do I need key value lookups? Choose the right tool for the job.
Makes sense. Use the right tool.
And a third one, surprisingly common, is skipping the documentation. Seriously, Java's official docs are excellent. They are detailed, accurate, and explain the specific behavior of each collection really well. Use them.
Don't underestimate the manual, huh?
Pretty much.
Okay, great tips. So let's say someone feels comfortable with the basics now. What are the logical next steps to go deeper?
Good point. Once the foundation is there, I'd suggest exploring specific types. Really get to know the main ones in Java: lists, sets, and maps. Understand their differences, their strengths, when you'd use one over the other.
Lists, sets,
Yeah.
maps.
Lists are ordered, allow duplicates. Sets are unordered, unique items only. Maps are for key value pairs. Understanding that distinction is key. Then absolutely, practice with code.
Build something.
Yes, build small things. A to-do list app, maybe a simple inventory tracker. Practical application solidifies understanding. It's also super helpful to look at real-world projects. Check out open source Java code on places like GitHub. See how experienced developers use collections in complex applications.
See it in action.
Exactly. And, of course, keep reading and learning. There are great books, tutorials. Oracle's own Java tutorials are very good. Just think about something like Instagram or any social media app. That's collections on a massive scale. Your feed, it's a collection. New posts get added, maybe old ones get archived or removed. It's often sorted by relevance or time.
Right, it's constantly being managed.
Constantly. When you search for someone, or the app checks if you've liked a post before,
Yeah.
collections are working behind the scenes, making all that fast and efficient. Understanding these concepts is literally how developers build those kinds of experiences.
So there we have it. What starts off sounding maybe a bit abstract and technical, Java collections, well, it turns out to be this really powerful, quite elegant set of tools. It's fundamental to how almost everything digital works. We've seen how they take us from potential data chaos to organized, efficient, scalable systems. It really mirrors how we organize things in the real world, doesn't it? That's kind of the aha moment for me.
Absolutely. They are just essential for managing data well, whether it's a tiny list or a planet-scale database. And honestly, just understanding what they do and why they're important conceptually, that's the huge first step. It helps you appreciate the sophistication in the apps you use every day.
Okay, here's a final thought for you, our listener, to mull over. Think about your own digital life, your photo gallery, your email inbox, that streaming queue you've got going, maybe even just the tabs open in your browser right now. How many different collections are you actually interacting with, probably without even thinking about it?
Good question.
And think about how much smoother, faster, and just more usable those experiences are because someone, somewhere, understood and used these fundamental ideas we talked about today. Keep exploring, keep noticing, and you'll start seeing collections absolutely everywhere.